Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Baphomet Bible episode number 37. Episode number 37, Baphomet Bible. Today we're going to be talking about how we are sanctified by the truth. And Pilate said to Jesus, "What is truth?" He said, "What the fuck is truth?" I'm having a little hard time distinguishing between what the lies are and what the truth is. Here's what the lies are. Anything that comes from these fucking religious people, the Pharisees, anyone that Jesus was rebuking, he's walking around and these religious people say, "Oh, you can't do this and you can't do that." And Jesus kept saying, fuck you. Fuck you. I'm going to whip you. You want to get whipped, motherfucker? He went into their temple. He started flipping their tables. And he's like, yeah, don't make my father's house into a house of merchandise. He's saying it's all about the money because that's what the lies are. That's the whole purpose of telling people lies. It's to get them to crack open those wallets and tithe that 10%. Even though the Bible's not talking about money at all. It's talking about the 10%, the left side of your brain, and all this religion and stupid garbage. All the lies that were programmed into your head as you grew up. You were brought to church as a young child. They used fear and guilt on you. They kept putting all this limiting beliefs and bullshit in your head and these myths and telling you things that are completely made up really happened. And these myth stories, it physically happened in this world. And this starts to go into the child's mind. And all these lies start to affect the way that we live. And the way that the child conducts himself when he begins growing up. So you have all this bullshit and lies that are programmed in your head. And it's in there. So what are we going to do about it? You need to get rid of it completely. Snuff it out. And that happens when you enter within yourself and you become as a child. You go back to the beginning. Back to the very first day before your parents brought you to that satanic cult. A satanic cult was called Faith Church. And everyone there didn't have any faith, and they were all of the devil. And Jesus said, "What is truth?" Now, a lie, there is a motive. There's a purpose for getting someone to believe a lie. Maybe you feel like you can control this person and manipulate them. So it could be a power trip. Or it's the old animals, the strong feasts upon the weak. It's survival of the fittest. Well, human beings don't eat each other, but what they do is they feast upon the weak man's pocketbook and his wallet, the money that he makes. So that's the incentive to lie to people, is you can create a story. You can create a bunch of events and just completely make up shit. And then the solution is, you need to give me money. You need to give money to my foundation so I can give it to this bullshit that I completely made up. And the whole purpose was just to manipulate you to get your money. And that's very popular, what's going online right now. People rope you in with an advertising scheme and they run you through the whole process and they promise you, "I'm going to give you this great product that's going to teach you bing, bang, boom." And then you get the product and then you're still in the same boat. You maybe learn some things, but the information does not get you up and to get you to the destination, the place that you want to be. is truth. Well, you're only going to get sanctified, become like God, when you have the truth. You're not going to become stronger if you're just believing lies, and whatever thing comes in, you're tossed to and fro by every wind of doctrine. You believe whatever anyone tells you. Turn on Fox News, and if you're the kind of person that's going to believe anything that they're told, you need to start questioning these things and ask, is this true reality? Or am I being manipulated and conditioned and sent down a certain path for a specific motive? Is there someone that's controlling the type of information that I'm receiving in order to get me to think a certain way? And it comes down to, can we prove these things to be true, or is it a lie? Because if people are leading you in a certain way, the lie is not going to be beneficial to you. Most likely, it's going to benefit somebody else. Someone is the puppet master that's pulling the strings and getting you to move and act a certain way. Because if I can get certain thoughts implanted in your mind, and if I get your imagination thinking upon certain things, they will begin manifesting in your life and affecting your behavior and what you bring forth. And that's what Christianity does. You get them while they're children, and you put all these Jewish fables and myths into their head. You get them when they're children, and you condition them, and then what you do is you get the child into the church and you remove his consciousness. You take away anything that is of an individual inside this person's soul, anything that is unique, his essence. You completely remove that, and you take away that personality and you replace it with Christianity and verses and certain morals and the way everyone in this Christian group acts. Everyone is conforming and they're all acting the same way. And if you look at their lives, they're all having a specific result. They're all getting about the same thing in life, which really isn't that much. And you can see how these people are not independent. They're not self-sufficient. They're always depending upon somebody else. Depending upon that boss, that slave master, to give you that check, that $300 a week, just so you can get by. It's correlated to not believing in ourselves and putting all our problems in the God in the sky and trusting Jesus. Jesus will take care of it, and then everything keeps on getting worse because we're not taking care of our problems. So we become, Christianity sets it up as to make sure that someone is not independent. So they're always relying on the God in the sky, somebody outside of them to take care of their problems, and therefore they go to work and they're working for somebody else, somebody outside of them, and they don't create anything independent, anything unique, because anything unique that the person creates that is of independent thought and their true essence, that's of the devil. That's been snuffed out, and they're told, do not trespass. You cannot do these certain things if you take upon the name Christian. That's a complete mindfuck. It's fascinating how we just give over our identity and we let people in our minds. And the whole purpose is just to get money from us, but we allow these fucking assholes to do this shit to us. To manipulate us, to control us, to put us through some marketing funnel, some scheme that some guy thought up, and then you get the product and it's shit. It's a fucking scam. Because you don't learn the information necessary that you were promised in the beginning. That's why you need to, if you deliver information to people, it must be very clear. And you have to walk with people every step of the way and make sure that they implement it, because we've been getting fucked with. We've been getting limiting beliefs and fear put in our mind every turn, every step of the way. You turn on the radio, fear, guilt, marketing, buy shit, buy shit. We're a walking billboard that's constantly bombarded by advertisements and told that we're not shit and that we're dirty, wretched sinners who need God's grace. And if you don't believe in Jesus, you're going to hell. And that's what the carrot that they put over your nose and they dingle it in front of your face, and no one knows that they're saved if you believed in Jesus enough, even though it says to believe in Jesus. But this is a fucking argument that is a complete distraction and gets your mind focused off of what's going on in my life and then what's going on in this completely fabricated, made-up reality of battling and hell was never in paradise and Jesus cannot come back at any moment because the beast is coming and then he's going to put a mark in everyone's hand and the mark of the beast is 666 and when Jesus rose from the dead, he ascended up into heaven and he put his blood upon the physical tabernacle. And when Jesus was in the boat, he said, hey, I'm here. And then they were immediately zapped to the other side like they were transported. And was there a talking snake? Was there a talking donkey? Did Jonah get eaten by a whale and was he spewed out 3 days and 3 nights later, the same way it parallels the story of Jesus, the same way that Joseph in the book of Genesis parallels the story of Jesus? Did these things happen, or is it an allegory and is it explaining a deeper truth? But the Spirit brings life, the letter kills. So people use the Bible as the letter and physical, and that these things actually happen, and that ends up destroying people's lives and fucking killing them because people become ignorant and they have to stand to these traditions and these morals and these things that they've been taught their whole life, and you can't use common sense and think for yourself. But the best beneficial thing is to just get along, to accept people for whoever they are, and allow people to live their life. And quit interfering in the other people's lives, because sometimes when you interfere, you make shit worse. And you point out, you put the spotlight on people's problems, on people's issues, and then it spirals out of control and it ends up destroying the person. When you could have just left that person to himself and let his own subconscious mind, let him deal with his own problems. And that man will. And he will take care of it. Some guys will be defeated, but our mind is pretty strong. If you leave someone on their own, let their own subconscious mind battle it out and take care of it, that person's going to be fine. But many people interfere and they want to get in your life and tell you what you should and what you shouldn't be doing, what you can and cannot do. And who the fuck are you to tell people what they can and cannot do? You could do anything. There was a time when people didn't believe that you could put a plane in the sky. People were flying in the sky. Those are metal fucking planes. But that was done. The internet was invented. This is a new invention, broadcasting live all over the world. People said that couldn't be done. The guy that created cell phones, he told his friends that people are going to be able to make telephone calls and it won't even be connected to a cord. And they had that guy put in a mental institution. His own friends had him put in an institution because he came up with the invention of cell phones. So people that are innovators, that always come up with these amazing inventions that change the world, are always called crazy. These new philosophies about life and the way things work, once it comes out in the beginning, it's different, it's foreign, and then people laugh at you and they tell you, you're nuts. You're insane, and that won't work. But then once you keep on hammering it in your mind and telling people the truth, and once people test the truth, then they'll know what it is and what a lie is. Because you could always prove what a lie is. Because you could dig deep and find out, well, this shit isn't sitting right. There's a few things that are off with this. But you can never prove the truth wrong. You can research, go to Google. All the information is freely accessible, and use your brain. You can decide whether something is true or not. You need to have some discernment in life so you're not deceived, because there are people out there that do want to get over on you, that want to get fucking money off you. And you need to be able to spot these people, spot these wolves, and people that are out for your destruction, that just want to feast upon you and attack you and just suck you dry. So who are you? Are you of the truth? Or are you a fucking dirty liar that just wants to get over and use and manipulate people and to just get money from people? And fuck them. Well, I want to tell people the truth, and also to be compensated from it. It would be nice being compensated for my efforts and to not be a slave working for a fucking Jew, being controlled like a puppet and not being independent. And to be able to stand on my own 2 feet and have my own businesses. Yeah, that would suck. It would be nice to be compensated for what I do by offering information and inspiring people. Or am I going to lie to people? Maybe I can rent a Lamborghini and just tell people, oh yeah, this is my high rise, and wear a suit and just have the whole facade. And then tell people, oh yeah, I got a great program, and then when they go there, it's shit. There's nothing there. Well, I have real skills, and how about we have our cake and eat it too? How about I am out to help people, and then I offer people a program that helps people, that you can actually apply to your life. The information is easy to understand. And that's what I want to do. I want to be able to help people where I don't feel like I'm fucking them over, charging them an outrageous amount for some product that doesn't deliver. I'm going to give them a product that does deliver. I'm going to make it really simple so you can follow simple instructions. And I'm going to work with you and make sure that you're implementing my advice so we can all be successful and get the shit working. We need ads that convert and a system that is consistently bringing us profit, where we're not fucking anybody over. We need to be helping people and offering good information. And that's what the truth is. When you offer information and you help people, you build people up with your words. But the lies will always lead to destruction, and there's always a motive behind a lie. You don't want the truth coming out. That's why you have to lie, because you don't want this person finding out what's truly going on. But the most beneficial thing would be to be yourself and to just grow some fucking balls and tell people how it is and talk the truth. And then the truth can never be disproven. A lie can always be proven wrong. And we have the internet. You can go into Google. Anything anyone tells you, just Google it, and you can find out if it's true or not. And that's what the truth is. Something that stands no matter what and has a firm foundation because it's based upon what reality really is about. But a lie can be swept away. It's built upon sand. Some fucking bullshit. And that's what truth is. So we're sanctified by the truth by speaking what is true and not false. Not turning on the regular news and hearing your bullshit, one story after another, getting you distracted and off of your life path and your purpose on this earth. So you turn on the TV and it's just bullshit and fucking lies. But the truth, we're sanctified by hearing the truth, and we grow and become stronger when you hear the truth spoken. And you have to ask yourself, what is the truth sometimes? And am I being fucked with? Is there anybody that's fucking with me that has some motive, something that they're trying to get from me? Maybe they're trying to get some money from me. What is the truth? Because I need to be able to discern what is a lie, because there's a lot of fucking liars out there, and what the truth is. And only a few people are going to tell you the truth, because it's kind of hard to break it to people sometimes, or just to be genuine and to show people who you truly are. That's what this whole thing is about, being yourself and walking your path and showing your true personality, your true colors, and not trying to hide it and get people to think that you're someone that you're really not. Be your true self and broadcast that shit, and everyone is going to enjoy. And what is truth? I'm Jory Richard, and this is Baphomet Bible, episode number 37. Thank you for watching.